#1.
What is up, guys? Gamer Nerd Wizards and rapper Mumbles are back with another episode.
Woo!
Wizards, how you feeling?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
Been working a lot, dashing, working at my other job, and grinding out streams.
I'm really glad you haven't gotten killed while dashing yet.
Oh yeah, there's some crazy stories. Well,
Anytime I ever door dashed, I thought I was gonna die.
we could get into some DoorDash stories today too, but today we're gonna be talking about cars. So, I guess that kind of has something to do with it.
Which is kind of like a messed up topic right now, considering I just totaled mine on Christmas, and I'm still upset about it. I miss
still a sore spot in Jesse's life, but we're figuring things out. We're trying to get him a set of wheels, at least for the meantime, because as of now he is stuck with the piece of shit van as we talked about last time.
Scary brown turd from like 2001, and it's
Turd
the
on
scariest
wheels.
thing. I hate it so much. Literally everything. Like my mom had to give me a 45-minute breakdown on what not to do with the damn car because it will explode into a million pieces.
Yeah, I was driving behind him the other day, and I was like, "Whoa, he didn't use his turn signal. Whoa, his like back wheels are like shaking, like really weird. I don't know what's going on." He was on like 30 miles an hour. Then I get there, he's like, "Oh yeah, those don't work." I was like, "Oh, great."
No, turn signals are out. So if you're a cop watching this,
forget that you saw this.
kidding.
Ha ha ha.
But yeah, no,
they work
so
fine.
scary. And a lot of you may not know this, and I'm trying to not get myself in trouble here. My vision's not the best. Can't see super well, so like the lights on the front of the car aren't super good. That's a great combo.
That's an awesome thing.
Yeah, I love it. I try really hard not to die.
So yeah, when we went
I
to the
only drive that stupid thing when I have to.
yeah, so the last time we went to the casino, I had to give Jesse a ride because that is like a death trap. Yeah, don't gamble. I mean, I'm sure we'll get into gambling a little bit in another episode. Yeah, that would be actually fun because I could online gamble like on the stream, not the stream, but like on the video.
But with fake money, because gambling is bad.
Jesse's fake money. I'd be using my real money and losing all of it, trying to look cool. I'd probably get a little upset. But
yeah, you'd be all like, "Man, I ain't even worried about it."
Bro, I'm throwing $10 in this one fucking bet. Oh shit! All right.
As soon as we hit stop on the recording, you're just like, "Jesse, what have I done?"
Jesse, I did not have that much money to lose. Uno reverse.
Really
take me back.
Or thinking positively, they watch you get rich.
Yeah, that's always a possibility too. I just have to find a website because Nebraska's really weird about gambling. I mean, on the ballots there was stuff about it, so they're making a casino in Lincoln right now.
It's legal now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's legal now. Yeah, it's legal.
Oh,
it's
sweet.
legal in Nebraska. We just don't have any casinos.
Yeah, they're building one in Lincoln right now. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have to drive an hour to fucking go there, but I mean, I'd be down depending on if it's
fun.
if it's
I just
cool
like
looking.
driving to Lincoln.
Yeah, I haven't.
There's no reason that we drive to Lincoln. We just do it.
Yeah, we're like, oh, I want donuts. Let's go to Lincoln.
Yeah.
Even though there's a new place that just opened up
from Omaha.
Yeah.
Exactly. For those of you that don't live in Omaha or in Nebraska, period, there's this spot. And originally it was just in Lincoln. I don't know if it's anywhere else, so like, please don't believe me. It's called Hertz Donuts, and I'm gonna plug this right now. We're not sponsored, but Hertz.
Please sponsor us, but they're awesome. Like we've driven to Lincoln so many times just to get their donuts. Like it's actually crazy. Like not only are they good.
They just opened one up in Omaha, and we still drive to Lincoln just because it's fun and it's the original one.
Yeah, I feel like the Lincoln one like is a little. I've never been to the one in Omaha, I guess, but I've heard that the Lincoln one's still a little better. They're open 24 hours.
There's really not any reason for it. Yeah, 24 hours. So like it'll be like 2 a.m. and we're gaming, and we're like, you know what?
Fuck it, I want donuts.
Fat. Yeah.
Yeah, and they do this crazy thing with like a milkshake that we always get. They will blend up the different flavorings they use to make the original donut, like whatever donut flavor you want. And they have like thousands, and they blend it up with like ice cream or milk or something, and then they stick a full-size donut on top and stick the straw through the middle. So you pretty much get 2 donuts, and it's like $4. It is
It's
awesome.
beautiful. And now I really want Hertz, and if I didn't have
I
work
know.
tonight, we would be going.
We could go sometime this next week, because I don't... No, Cassie got... Wait, did we take Cassie?
Yeah, we took Cassie. That was like one of the first things we did.
That... Oh, I do remember, because we took pictures there. Okay.
Yeah, that's the only
we
reason I
could go
knew is
back,
because I was
but
just
yeah.
looking for pictures of us, and I found one of... Yeah, no, I'm definitely down sometime. It just would have to be like during the day because I can't be out super late because Mumbles is an old man and I have a job.
Yeah, facts.
I really like... I realized I'm getting old because I can't stay up like that. Like if I have work tomorrow, I have to be in bed by like 9 or I'm dead.
This last weekend was the first time in like the longest time that I've stayed up this late. Like the last 3 nights I haven't been up, or I've been up until like at least 4:35 in the morning. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know, it's been nuts. Like when I was at the studio till like 2 in the morning, I was like, look at me go having a life.
I know. Back to drinking
that was
caffeine
like
again.
the thing. I know. I was like, oh wait, I need this now.
Yeah. Well, back on the topic of cars. Okay, we're gonna start this whole conversation with the learning to drive.
Yeah, we just need to start from the beginning.
Yeah, that's how most stories go.
Mine was a lot of fun, but we'll start with yours. How was your experience learning to drive? Because mine sucked.
All right, so the first time me and Jesse ever drove, definitely not legal, but it was in a parking lot with our grandma.
Church parking lot.
A church parking lot. A very like fucked up church parking lot with like more potholes than I've ever seen ever. And it was a weird parking lot. It had like 2 levels too. But we were like 12. And
yeah, we were no older than 12. Like we were young.
Yeah, and she's like, "All right, now put it in reverse." I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then I remember like stomping the gas. I was like, "What the fuck?" And that went a lot faster than I was expecting, and we were going like 4.
Well, I went first too, and now, thank God, I'm such a fantastic driver. But back then, it was really rough when I was 12.
Yeah. Tends to be that way.
And you were in the back seat, and she didn't even like tell us. She just like pulled over in the church parking lot. She's like, "All right, Jesse, get in the driver's seat." And the way that you looked at me, I'm just like,
it's like, "Oh, all right, I'm gonna stand outside and watch you guys do this."
Man, I don't want to do this.
Please tell me we don't leave this parking lot.
Yeah, you're just letting him sit there, right, for like pictures.
All right, enough with the joke, Grandma. Let's go back.
We can go now. You can drive.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good time though. Thanks, Nana, for putting all of us at risk at a young age just to say that we've drove.
Super fun stuff. But I think she said like, "Oh, this is where I learned how to drive," or she was like, "This is where I taught your dad how to drive," or it was something like that. But
there was something sentimental with it.
But yeah, that was the first time we ever drove, and then I don't think I ever drove after that again. At least until I was like 15. And
no, I actually never drove again, ever.
Yeah, I still don't drive to this day.
He has not touched a car. That's why he's a gamer, because he doesn't leave the house.
True. Fact.
Debunked.
But I learned how to drive on my dad's like Yukon Denali, which was it was probably a good car.
Is that what you learned to drive on?
Yeah. It's probably a good car to learn how to drive, because like now that I know how to drive like such a big car, I'm like actually pretty good at driving mine. Alright.
I hate you.
Yeah.
I learned how to drive on that stupid van that I'm driving now. That's why I hate driving. It's giving me PTSD.
That's great. There's so many
stories
out here with that van.
There's that thing's been around as long as I can remember.
I didn't start with the Yukon that we have now. I started with the like red one.
Oh yeah.
From before we went to Las Vegas.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, it exploded.
Yep, super great.
Yeah, we were taking a really long trip, and eventually, like, we'll talk about trips and vacations and stuff like that.
Yeah, we've been on a lot of trips.
Yeah, we've been on a ton. We've always are traveling, but we were passing through Vegas. We went on a big West Coast trip, and we were driving, and we were only supposed to be there for like 2 days, and his dad's truck's engine just said, "I'm good."
Yeah, it was something with the. I'm not gonna pretend like I know shit about cars, so never mind. But we ended up trading in the car there, and like upgrading it to like I think it's a 2016 Yukon Denali, and it's super nice. But
Oh, it's super nice.
yeah, I learned how to drive on that car. I remember the first time my dad took me to like an empty parking lot that was like full of snow, and he was like trying to teach me how to like drive like correctly and like how to steer when you're like sliding, and that was fun. It probably wasn't a good idea to learn that on a four-wheel drive car because it's so much easier to drive in snow with that going on, but it all ended up working out in the end. I would like to
Yeah, because
say I'm a
Coda's like
decent
actually a
driver.
good driver now.
Yeah,
Unless he's like ultra distracted and like trying to send snaps while he's driving.
I'm actually.
Uh,
Well, no, I'm never mind.
you're one of the best texting drivers I've ever met. Texting
What
you
do you
drive
mean?
is bad. Please
I don't text and drive.
If
I
he
would never do that.
hypothetically were to, he would be really good at it. Hypothetically.
Yeah, I was also really surprised at how good I was at not texting. I mean, what? All right, back to you.
When we were growing up, I thought it was way easier. Okay, so for me, when I learned how to drive, was a nightmare because you guys are gonna hear it a lot, and I'm gonna keep bringing it up in my songs and the podcast and everything else till everyone believes me. My mom's crazy, really is. Um, but I literally just said our first podcast episode was like,
oh,
hey,
great.
check it out.
Did she ever get back to you on that?
I just sent it to her like before I hit record.
Oh my god. So GG's. I sent the channel to my mom. I don't know if she like ever gets on YouTube or knows that I even posted
now
that.
Now we're 21, and so like she can just get mad. That's it. We're good.
Yeah, like
now, even when I mention her in songs and stuff, she's like, "That one's about me, isn't it?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "That's funny." I'm like, "All right, at least you own it."
Yeah.
Yes, that is what she sounds like.
Exactly.
But yeah, when I first started driving, it was a nightmare. My parents were always super cautious with me growing up, so everything was fun. Everything. And we'll get into childhood stuff way later down the road. That's we'll talk about it in July.
Yeah, we'll have to get pretty fucking.
We'll make a Mother's Day podcast.
Oh yeah. That'll go so well.
Oh, fantastic! It'd be entertaining. We get some content. We need like a 4-part series. but yeah. So when I first started driving, that big turd of a van that I have out front. If we can add pictures to this, Dakota, I really want to add a picture.
Yeah, you'll have to send me a picture. I can put them in there.
I'm just gonna flash it up real quick, and then that's our turd. And I'm just gonna keep referring to it as the turd because it's a turd.
It is.
It's shaped like a turd too. It looks like the turd emoji, but they would have me drive the turd emoji, but only down. So there's this long road that goes to our house that we have now, or well, I don't live there, but it's just one straight road. That's it. There's 2 speed bumps at the end.
Oh, I know which road. At your mom's house.
Yeah, by my mom's, and we would pull up there, and they'd be like, "Yo, you want to drive?" And I'm like, "Dude, yes." And it was cool the first 2 times because they would just let me drive down the street, turn it, and park it. It was cool the first couple times. It wasn't cool the whole year that they made me drive just that. I'm not kidding, and I wish I were making that up. Literally, like a whole year was just me driving down the same road straight. Just straight. I got really good at holding the wheel still, which is funny because now that's the only thing I have a problem with.
That is very true. That is so true.
I've had a year of training of going straight. Hell, I didn't touch an interstate forever.
Oh my gosh, my parents were so annoying with interstates as well.
Yeah, mine too. So after that, I was like, "Yo, I'm about to be 16 soon. Can I do some other stuff?
Leave the neighborhood?
All that driving is? Yeah, can I leave the neighborhood?
Or at least go to a different part of the neighborhood?
Can I go down 2 streets? Can I turn onto the main street? Something.
Can I go over one of the speed bumps?
Just one. At a decent speed, can I control that? But my mom was the one that was like, "All right, I'm going to take him out." And that is the most. I have only rode with my mom, and I've only drove her probably 3 times my entire life because it is the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life. She would teach me how to drive, and like we'd be going, and she just jerked the wheel. I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? She's like, you were getting close to the side. I'm like, tell me that. Don't
Yeah,
jerk the
don't
wheel. I'm gonna
jerk the
kill us all.
wheel. And that's
Yeah,
like,
and then she would freak out about it. She's like, Jesse, lights, lights. And I'm like, Mom, they're all the way
Mom,
up there. Like, I haven't even
can
crossed
see
this
them.
light yet. Yeah, I'm like, they're right there. I can see light. That's the one thing I'm good at. But she was nuts with it. God forbid I tried to pick up any speed. Like, I was going like 20 miles under the speed limit. And then eventually, after me almost killing both of us just out of pure stress and anxiety, I was like, hey, Dad, you want to help me drive? And he was the complete opposite. And I don't know if she knows this. So if you're watching, Mom, I'm sorry for ratting him out. But like, we get in the car and he's like, all right, go. And I'm like, that it? And he's like, yeah, GPS, go. And I'd be driving and he just down on his phone. I was like, Dad, what do I do here? And he's like, keep going. And I was like, yeah, you right. And like, he didn't care. Like, I'd curb check and he'd be like, dang, that came out of nowhere. I'm like, oh my God, this is dope. I'm T-boning people. He doesn't blink.
Oh my gosh.
He did not care. It was dope.
That's
and he
great.
would tell Mom, like, yeah, he's getting really good at driving. I'm like, dude, you haven't watched me. And you're in the car.
Did your phone tell you I was doing good or what?
Yeah. And then, so that was how I learned how to drive. And I'm going to segue into getting my license. When I first went to go get my license, I made the mistake. And I was 16. I got my license a week after I turned 16. So it was like 2 days after I turned 16. The girl, I recognized her code. I don't even know if you know this story.
Probably not.
I think so, or if you remember it or not. But there was this girl there. I don't even remember her name. And I was like, wait, you know Dakota Cochin, right? And she was like, yeah. And I was like,
the fuck? Wait, who is it?
Yeah. I don't know. It was some Mexican girl. I don't remember what her name was.
Wait.
Yeah.
Which DMV did you go to?
I don't even remember which DMV it was. I think it was the one over by my mom's house.
Is it the one with like 18 fucking speed bumps in the parking lot for no reason?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were talking about the same girl, I think I took my driver's test with the same exact one. And the only reason I passed the first try was because I kept her talking the entire time because I knew her from middle school. And, I would just, like, keep distracting her. And I was like, yeah, don't pay attention to me. I did not look right there. I'm so sorry.
Well, I think you pissed her off because when I said that, and then I was like, oh, I know Dakota Cochin. I'm his cousin. And then she was like, oh. And then, yeah, I got failed. Immediately
Wait, you failed your first one?
Yeah, I failed my first test. I was so mad. It was dumb.
Oh, my goodness.
It was like the stupidest reason. I don't even remember what it was. But I was like, wait, you're failing me over that? And they're like, yeah, you can't drive yet. Like, you mother.
Well, my dad said I was good.
Yeah, my dad's I've been doing great. I've been going on the same road like every day. I've been practicing hard. Gosh. But after, so I got my license the second time. It was a different dude, and I killed it. I got a perfect score. Which I don't know how. What was I gonna lead into that with that? Oh, okay. So I got my license, and that same day, I got home and I was showing my mom. I was like, "Yo, look at me. I'm an adult." I remember Nana still lived with us too, and she was like, "He's growing up." And now I look back like you're still a child. You're 16. I think I'm still a child. I'm 21.
Yeah.
But I was like, Mom, can I go drive by myself? And she was like, I mean, you're 16, whatever. So I was going to take my 2 siblings, and I was just going to go, like, it wasn't that far. If you know Omaha,
I think I remember this story.
90th and Maple, and I was going to, like, 72nd and Dodge. I was going to go to this place called Deuce Space. You don't know what Deuce Space is?
Okay, I do remember this story.
Yeah. And so we were going to go, and I'm driving. I'm excited and everything, and, you know, I think I'm hot. And I didn't stop in time while I was driving. First time I've ever drove by myself. And I rear-ended a redneck.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah. Yep.
That's fun.
I was so mad. And, like, I felt it, and I was like, oh, no. And he got out of the car, and I was just sitting there frozen. It was my first day driving by myself. I'd never drove by myself. and he was like, "Dang!" And I was like, "Is there damage? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." He's like, "Well, mine's got a hitch, but yours is a little messed up."
Yeah, yours is fucked.
His
I don't think they ever
went
fixed
right through our bumper. No, it's still like that. It's still, I can take a picture and post it here too. But yeah, I put a big old dent in the front of the turd. And after that, like, I was shook up. That was my first wreck of anything
After
I've
the
ever
first
done.
time driving by yourself.
Literally,
Love
yeah,
it.
the very first time. Yeah, it's great. I'm such good luck with cars. Well, it gets even better because then, like, my siblings are like freaking out. They're like,
Oh my gosh, we got in a wreck. We're gonna die. Is this where
exactly
the car
how it was.
blows
They were
up?
losing it. I'm not prepped for this, Mom. But I parked the car at New Space, and like the parking lot is like a super steep hill on the one
Yeah,
side.
it's really weird.
Yeah, and I parked, and my mom called me, and I was super nervous. And I was like, I can't be in the car while on the phone, or my siblings are gonna say something. I was like, I'm gonna answer it because like she wanted to know like I got there safely, which I didn't obviously. And my nerves are up. I'm super nervous, and I'm upset that I just hit because that was like our only car, and so just it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But I hopped out the car real quick, and I'm on this hill, and I answer, I'm like, "Hey, Mom." She's like, "How's it
Oh
going?"
my
I'm like,
god, I
"Good. I
remember
just
this.
got here." Yeah, you remember this? And I was like, "Good. It's going good." And she was like, "Oh, okay." And at that same time that I'm telling her it's going good, I look to the right, and the van is rolling down the hill with siblings inside. I was so scared because I was like, there's traffic right there. I'm about to kill everyone in that car. My mom's on the phone and gonna hear it.
If only. I mean, what?
It started rolling, and my dumb ass, immediately I tried grabbing the door and like pulling the car back up. Like, it's
Oh
not
my
okay,
god.
And then eventually now my siblings are screaming. They're like,
We're gonna die! We're gonna die!
And I'm trying to catch it because now it's rolling. It's rolling.
It's rolling.
And I'm
It's
trying
going.
to jump in the car and hurry up and hit the brakes. I got in, slammed the brakes, and I'm still on the phone with my mom trying to keep composure. I'm like, "Yeah, Mom. So I'm gonna talk to you later. We're coming inside. So bye." Later on, my siblings ratted me out, and I didn't drive for a minute. But yeah, that was when I got my license. That's all day one. That's all. I was terrified and been driving for a long time.
Well, my first day driving by myself wasn't as eventful as yours.
Traumatizing?
Yeah, traumatizing.
You didn't almost get in 2 wrecks in one day?
Well, I almost got in a head-on collision, but it wasn't even my fault though. I remember the first time I ever drove by myself. I drove to school at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I was blaring my music as always because you can't drive without music. If you do, you're a psychopath. But I was fucking driving, and it was a flash flood warning, of course. So my ass at the bottom of this fucking hill, my fucking car is about to be underwater. There's water coming in the door on the side, and I fucking am freaking out. I'm like, what the hell do I do now? And it's pouring rain, and this dumb motherfucker. It's like it's a 2-lane street, just one lane going this way, one lane going the other way, and this fucking guy coming at me, I don't know what he saw or if he saw anything or if he was tired or what, but he just thought it'd be a great idea to come right in my lane. Like, I have no idea how I got out of that without getting in a head-on collision. I like slammed on my brakes and got over a little bit to the right. Oh my gosh, like inches away from my car, about shit my pants, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Was that my fault? Am I gonna die? Like,
am I gonna die?
Like, did I just ruin my car? Like, should I never drive again? Like, what the fuck do I do now? And I fucking somehow get to school on time, and that car is fucking soaked inside. Like, this is great. I was driving my, so when I got my license, my grandpa, quote-unquote, gave me a 2008 Hyundai Elantra. I say gave me because I still had to pay for it, but it was for my 16th birthday. So he gave me a car to pay for. But I still love the car. I don't love it anymore because it's a piece of shit, but it fucking lasted for a long time.
It was good for then.
It was a good first car. I still stand by that.
We thought we had a Ferrari riding around in that thing because
I still got it up. I still got it up to speed. Because like my dad, since my dad is the one that taught me how to drive, my dad does not drive slow, no matter what. he's gotten pulled over with me in the car more times than I can fucking count. But
like, going 100 plus, and he gets out of it because he's good with words.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so many stories of getting pulled over for the dumbest shit with him driving.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my first time driving. But I remember my parents, like, even after I got my license, they would not let me get on the interstate for like at least like 3 months. And I was like, but Mom,
Yeah, I just lied. I told my parents that I wasn't, and I still went.
Yeah, my parents had that weird app on my phone where they could track where I was and like see what I was doing.
That got me in so much trouble.
It was very unfortunate, but
Dude,
yeah,
I hate those tracking apps.
Yep, they could like see all your text messages and
they could see exactly how fast you're going and everything like that. Sometimes what would get me in trouble, because my mom was like really strict.
Oh yeah, yours
like,
had the speed one on it.
Yeah, mine had everything. My mom had, she paid for the premium. Like, we went broke just trying to track me. Which, like, I was a bad kid. I deserved it. But, fair. Yeah, like, what would get me in trouble is my thing would lag out. And, like, say I'm at Walmart. Sometimes the thing would mess up and say that I'm at the house behind Walmart. And, oh, my gosh, my mom would call me freaking, where are you? At Walmart. No, you're not. You're buying drugs. So I'm like, what are you talking about? She's
Mom,
like, you're not
I'm
at Walmart,
16.
you're behind it. Yeah, I was like, Mom, I'm 16. I don't even
I'm homeschooled. Where do you think I fucking found out where drugs were?
Where am I getting drugs, Mom?
I have no friends. The fuck?
Who am I gonna call? If I wanted drugs, I had to work for it, which I didn't, and drugs are bad, so it's gambling.
Yes, don't do either of those. Same with alcohol. Never drank a drop.
Don't do anything. Yeah, not a single drop, but
well, yeah, it's full send.
Dang it. Yeah, what were you saying about interstate?
I honestly don't remember, but the interstate always terrified me, which makes no sense now because I feel like more accidents happen off the interstate, unless it's rush hour.
Yeah.
But
it's always off the interstate that I almost get into a wreck.
Like, there's like that statistic where it's like 80% of your car crashes happen within a mile of your own home. I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense, but it's definitely weird. But it's definitely true. My dad got in an accident like 2 blocks away from my house twice because some guy ran a stop sign. Both times ran the stop sign.
Bro, you want to talk about the story of when you and your dad got into a wreck? Because like even on my end, that story is crazy.
All right, so I was a passenger in this story. My dad was driving his like at the time it was his new Nissan Altima, like the 3.5 edition, so it was like the fast edition. And I loved that car. It was fast as fuck. No, I loved that car. It was so fast. Yeah, whatever. At least for me.
My Turd over here, my family driving a Turd. You're like, oh yeah, we got the 3.57 package.
I have no idea what that means, but I know it was fast for me at the time. So I'm still gonna ride that fact. But yeah, let's just say we were going. Okay, so the story's super fucked because we were trying to be good people, which really annoys me. But we were
why you don't try to be good people?
Yeah, we were driving. If you're in Omaha, we were driving down 24th Street on the way home from football practice, and my dad's like, "Ooh, a church car wash." So there's a guy holding a sign that says like church car wash or whatever. There's no arrow on it or anything, so we don't have any idea where it's at. We don't see a church, so we pull over to the guy and ask him where the church is or where the car wash is, where we're supposed to go. And he's like, oh, it's across the street. Like the entrance to the not the driveway, the parking lot is like right there to our left. So we're done talking to him, and we put on our turn signal. We don't see there's anybody in the left-hand lane, so we go to get over. As we get over, apparently there was some guy behind us. It was going like easily like 80, 90 miles an hour in a 25-mile-an-hour zone, so that's already fucked. And he sees us. I don't think he saw us put our turn signal on. He might have and just been a dumbass. But when we go to get over, he fucking bashes into the left side of our car because we're like in the middle of getting over, which is like where my dad's sitting, obviously in the driver's seat. And I remember this all like it was in slow motion. I remember the date too. I remember the song we were listening to. The date was May 3rd, and we were listening to "Forgot About Dre" by Eminem.
Everybody want to talk. They got something to say.
I cannot listen to that song anymore while somebody else is driving. I have to be driving if I listen to that song because it gives me so much anxiety. But it all happened in slow motion. Like glass just shattered all over me.
It was like bad wreck.
We flipped 360 and then hit a tree. And super fun. Totaled the car, bent the frame. The driver's side door doesn't open. I remember this is funny, but I remember I was on my phone playing Clash of Clans at the time because I'm a nerd, as you know, and we get in an accident. The first thing I do is not, oh, let me call my mom, let me call 911. I type to the Clash of Clans chat. I say, I just got in a wreck. and then I called my mom, and yeah, that was super fucked.
So
but I ended up only getting like whiplash and a couple cuts from glass, and I totally fucked up my back. I didn't realize it until after the fact, but like I couldn't do powerlifting anymore after that, or I got really bad tendonitis in my knees after that. I don't know if that's what started it or if I already had it and it just made it worse. But like it was fucked. Like my knees would always swell if I like walked too much or like ran too much. But after the crash, the fire department came and everything, and they had to end up using the jaws of life to get the door off my dad's side because he was stuck in the car. Yeah, it was cool to watch, but what freaked me out is while they were doing it, they put a white sheet over my dad, and they usually only use that white sheet if the person's dead.
When someone's dead.
And I hadn't heard my dad talk in a while, so it's like, my dad just died with me next to him. That's awesome. Cool. Can you get him out now? Please.
Yeah, can you guys remove that?
Please,
smell.
Please, Mom, come get me. Take me home. To make it go away.
Clash of Clans chat. Yo, guys, Dad just totally died. Oh, well.
Yeah, the guy that ended up hitting us, apparently we got charged in that accident. I have no idea how. We had witnesses and everything, but we got charged with the accident. I don't know how that. Yeah, I don't know how that ended up happening.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was fucked. I was so pissed off when I found that out. But yeah, that was my one and only ever car accident. Well, no, that's not true. I was in a car accident in Colorado.
Hold up, can I pause?
Yeah. You go.
Colorado? Okay, so at the same time, while Dakota's, this is my perspective of that whole thing because I'm involved too. Not the same because I wasn't in the car. But so this is a good segue for this. We were just talking about this on how to get this. So for those who don't know, I'm blind like a lot. Like a lot. Like I really can't see in the dark at all. I have no vision in the night, and it's affecting my daytime vision. I won't get into like the scientific reasoning and all that.
We'll get into that in another episode.
Yeah, it's a lot. But my day vision's going too, so like I'm going permanently blind, which that's fun. I'm excited for that.
Great news for a 21-year-old.
Podcast. Yeah, no, I love it. They actually thought I was supposed to go blind by like 19, so like
I know. I remember you were like trying to learn Braille and everything.
I was. It sucked, and I was just getting annoyed. I was like, you know what? Fine, I'm just not gonna read. But so because my eye, it's a really rare eye condition too, and I'm not making this up. Like if any of you want to out me, I have proof and documentation because no one ever takes me serious.
Yeah, Jesse's like one of a couple, like maybe like 3.
Yeah, there's like 3 other people that have my exact gene mutation.
On the planet.
Again, I'll get into
insane.
Stuff. Yeah, period. Yeah, like I'm in medical journals and stuff like that for my eyes. And it's not like most like, oh, I have trouble seeing in the dark. Like, this is what I see at night.
Yeah, like
I didn't cover my camera all the way, but yeah, you get it.
Yeah, because people are always like, no shit, nobody can see in the dark. I'm like, no, like you see that shadow you see under that shadow under the table right there? Yeah, he wouldn't know what the hell's under that table.
God, I just tried to, as visual representation, cover the camera with my hand, but I didn't want to touch it all the way and mess it up, and I just pretty much showed my palm.
Well, look at you. Yeah, it looks like this at night. Like
looks just like this. I look like an idiot. But yeah, so I have to go to a special eye doctor. It's in Iowa City because they have like really good doctors there and everything.
which is
But
weird for
I have to
Iowa.
go there every 6 months to like keep track of it and like because they're working on a cure and everything else because they've never heard of this stuff. Like, it was me and testing my stuff for them to even get a name for it. But we were out there in Iowa City, which is 4 hours away from Omaha, and we were wrapping up my appointment, and that's when we got the call, and they were like, "Hey, your brother's been in a really bad accident." And I was talking to my mom. You need to get down here. Like he's going to the hospital and everything. Coda was with him. It's all bad.
Yeah.
And my mom lost her mind. Oh
Yeah,
my
that was
gosh!
fucked.
Did
He was in
she
the
freak
hospital
out?
for like 3 days because his back is already like destroyed. So this
Yeah.
definitely didn't help.
Shout out to you. Um, but yeah, no. So my mom freaked out, and I'm not kidding. She had the Turd. We were driving the Turd, official name, and she turned that 4 hour trip into 2 hours. I'm not kidding. She was going 100 plus the entire way there, and at one point, these like stupid teens thought we were trying to race, and they were like revving their engine and everything. We still smoked them, by the way. We were just like, "You're done." And then we got pulled over, and this cop was like, "Ma'am, do you realize how fast you were going?" My mom breaks down, starts crying, losing it. She's like, "My brother just got into an accident. We don't know if he's gonna make it." She made it sound way worse than it should have.
Oh
Not
my
on
god.
accident. She knew what she was doing, and she was like, "We don't know if he's gonna make it. It's all bad." And she was like, "I'm sorry, ma'am. Just please, just watch your speed a little bit. Take care of yourself. Like, I just don't want any wrecks. I'm gonna let you with a warning." We were going like 50 over the speed limit. And the cop was like, "Just get it," because my mom was bawling. And the cop is trying to like help us out, be a good person. And the cop walks away. And she's like, "Just take a minute on the side of the road, collect yourself. It'll be okay." And as soon as my mom, she's like, "Thank you." She rolls up the window and she starts laughing her ass off. She's like,
Oh my
uh,
god.
got him. And I was like, "Mom, I hope your
Mom.
brother does die now. You're an asshole." And it was so up. I was like, "You
Great.
can't do that." My mom's been crying on command for a long time.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's a pro gamer move right there.
Oh, she did. She got out of it. It worked, and it's worked for her
Yeah.
multiple times.
Oh, love to see it. But yeah,
Oh, I
back
love
on
it.
the topic of car accidents, which are always super fun. I've never been in another big accident. I got in one smaller accident when one of my girlfriend's friends was driving in the mountains in Colorado. Some guy doesn't know how to press his brakes and he rear-ended us. And then this story, if my parents are watching this, which I will find out if they watch my videos now if they bring this up, but the only people that know this are like the people that were involved, then my
I know
girlfriend
this.
and my siblings. Yeah, I'm talking about California.
California.
So I just got my new car, and the first thing, one of the first
Oh
things
wait, your parents don't know about this?
not at all.
Oh, that's right. Ah, yeah. All right, continue.
So the first thing we do is we're like, fuck, let's take this bitch on a road trip. So
Just got the car, brand new.
me,
It's
Jesse,
nice.
and his roommate at the time, Avery, and his girlfriend Katya, we went on a road trip to California. And we went all the way up to Oregon, stayed in a cabin. It was a whole thing. We'll talk about trips
Sick. It
and
was a
stuff
lot
on
of. It
other.
was a good time.
Yeah. But, so, Avery and Katya are sleeping in the hotel room. I don't remember why they went to bed so early or whatever, but me and Jesse were like, fuck it. We want to go to the beach. So we go to the beach, like, about 10:30 at night, 11. And it's so pretty. And we're just having the time of our life. We finally get back to the car. And let me get this out of the way. The parking garage was the weirdest setup I've ever seen ever.
The parking garage was completely open. There were no other cars.
Oh,
It was
whatever.
empty.
Okay, so
I was there.
don't listen to Jesse. He was blind. It
Cap.
was dark.
Shut up.
So on the left side, there was just one row of cars and just like a pillar in between like every like 3 rows of cars. On the right hand side, though, I've never seen this before. Maybe it's just a California thing because there's so many people, but there was 2 lanes vertical from each other, neck like on the right side, like up against the wall. So like one car would park up against the wall and the other car would park behind it, which doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, how is that car against the wall going to get out if there's a car behind it? But whatever. But there's still these like pillars that are like every 3, but there's like 2 rows of them now. And my dumbass didn't realize there was 2 rows of them. So I'm backing up to start heading back to the hotel, and unfortunately there was people on the left hand side of me, like screaming, yelling, like running around. So I'm like terrified that I'm gonna run somebody over. So I'm like watching them, make sure they don't get too close as I'm backing up, and I'm not looking at my backup camera because I'm new to a backup camera because my old car obviously didn't have one. And yeah, I missed the first pull, and I backed straight into the second one.
We just heard crunch, and then Dakota's soul died.
I literally, like, internally lost my shit. I just pulled forward and parked.
He was trying so hard to be calm.
I just pulled forward and parked, and I was like, I need to calm down before I freak the fuck out. Jesse didn't let me get out of the car to look at it. He looked at it. I have pictures on my phone. I can pop them up here. It wasn't terrible, but
dark too, so I didn't want to drive. So I was like, Coda, you're gonna be because we both got anger problems. At least that's what the doctor tells us. But so I was like, Coda, I'm just gonna go look. You stay in, because it was a loud crunch. Like we thought it was actually way worse than it was. Yeah, I thought it was donezo.
We were only going like 3 miles an hour though, which is good, but
hallelujah. We still had a freaking pole.
Yeah, but it shattered the tail light, and it put the biggest dent and scratch on my car that I've ever seen. It was just like destroyed. And I didn't see it until we got back to the hotel, and I fucking lost it. I was so pissed off.
Yeah,
and
you just got the
I
car.
just got the car. I was so mad. And I have no idea, but thank you God for fucking California heat. I don't know the science behind this. I'm sure I could figure it out, but we were just driving. We were driving through the rest of California.
We were at the beach.
Yeah, and I hear this pop. I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I get out of my car, and the dent just fixed itself.
It was
no more dent.
Like it was like nothing was there. There wasn't.
Yeah,
even,
there was like
bent, like.
Yeah, no bend at all. There was just like a tiny scratch. So that was fucking crazy. But so I ended up just getting like a paint match pen, and I filled it in, and I actually like can't tell anymore that was there, which is fucking crazy.
Because we were trying to cover it up because his dad would have whooped it. And
yeah.
Especially because he was talking mad smack because he just got this brand new car. He was like, "You're dumb and young." But yeah, no, that was a good time.
Yep. Fun times. All right, now on to
my wrecks. I think that's it for my wrecks. Because I ran into somebody and almost killed my siblings the first day I was driving, and then the story I talked about in the first episode where I totaled my car on the interstate on Christmas Day. Super good time. Other than that, I ran over a fence. I was when I was running track at Heartland, and there was a golf course right behind it. Nope, Coda, different episode.
Yep.
But there was a golf course right behind it, and I had to like get out of there. We'll explain in another episode why. But I was dipping, and I was kind of driving fast, and I had that turd. Still dents for that too. And I may or may have not plowed the whole entire fence for the golf course, knocked it over, and dipped out. The next day, they were like, "Yeah, did you guys see that the fence was done?" I was like,
"What? What are you guys talking about?"
But yeah, other than that, I think that's it for Rex. I've been like a really good driver.
Yeah. Love to see it.
That's it.
Jesse, what are your top 3 dream cars? Like, if you could have any car, what would it be?
If I just have an unlimited amount of money, I've always wanted an Audi R8. If you say Audi, get off this channel and dislike Audi. I know it's probably not.
It actually is Audi, but in America we say Audi.
I say Audi because fight me.
Because we're uneducated.
Exactly. I want an Audi R8. I want, and this is the car like that's like I can actually get one day, and I will have it. Mark my words. I want the damn Camaro from Transformers. I want Bumblebee. I want exactly.
He has always wanted Bumblebee.
I want Bumblebee. I'm not even like the biggest Camaro guy or whatever. I just want Bumblebee so bad. I want a 2012 Chevy Camaro, and I'll be
yellow
happy.
With black racing stripes.
Yes, and I've looked them up. They're not super expensive because it's becoming an old car.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I want it. I
Wasn't
didn't care if it's
yours
manual.
always? Wasn't your like dream car always like the Porsche?
I liked the Porsches for a long time. Then I like grew up, and I was like,
Yeah,
kind
they
of a
still put out
girly
some
car.
nice ass cars, but
There's some nice cars, but I couldn't see myself riding in one. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I
What
mean,
was
if
the
I
other
was
car that I've
given
been
one, I wouldn't
cock
turn it
on?
down. But
Oh yeah, absolutely not. So if any of you guys just have like a Porsche laying around and you're like, you know what, I like these kids, we'll take it. I
I
really am
guess we'll
tired of
take it.
driving a turd. This episode's definitely called the Turd, by the way.
Yeah, the Turd mobile.
The Turd. What other car do I really like? And then like besides that, like I'm ignorant. I want a Lambo.
Yeah, everybody wants a
Which
Lambo.
one? I don't care. I'm not picky, but I want a
Any of them.
Lambo. I like any of them.
The
Give me an
newest one, I
old.
don't even remember what it's called. It looks like a fucking spaceship. I mean, they all do, but this one, like the rear lights, like there's like this LED like brake light that like it like goes straight and then it like turns into like this weird triangle thing. It's like the craziest thing I've ever seen. But
I'm gonna have Avery as a guest in this episode because just asking what's your top 3 cars. I'm not trying to hear the Turbo Max 372 with the double pipe, half wide, suck a
lowered, straight pipes, fucking throw a turbo
yeah.
on that bitch.
I don't care. Tell me the brand and the model.
$7,000 fucking exhaust. Sounds like a lawnmower. Love it.
$1,000 car.
Yeah.
$7,000 exhaust. I hate it. Coda, what are your top 3 Mr. Wizards Z06?
All right. So I usually always have the same answers, but so obviously from the name or my ex name, I guess, my reasonable dream car. Oh my god. My ex dream car. Not fucking Christ, I can't talk now. You got in my head. My reasonably, not reasonably priced, but my attainable goal dream car, like Jesse's Camaro, would definitely be a Corvette. Any Corvette like past like 2015 would be fine with me. I preferably a Z06, but those are a lot more expensive. I've always been a fan of them. Another reason I like him is still from Transformers. I think his name was like Sideswipe. It was a C7 Corvette, and I thought that was the coolest thing.
Shout out to Michael Bay for inspiring young kids.
Fucking crazy, man. I love Transformers, but
I do too.
Going up in price, next would be a GTR. I'm not the biggest Nissan guy, but I love GTRs. Oh my god, they just look so clean, and they have the circle lights on the back just like a Corvette does, or well, like a Corvette used to, and I love that. And then my top, if I had an unlimited supply of money, would be a Koenigsegg Agera 1. I know it's a crazy fucking name, but if you've ever seen them,
cheap though.
There's like 3 in America, and they're like $6 million. If you've ever seen the movie Need for Speed, that's the car that Toby crashes in, and the guy ends up driving at the end. It's a good movie, but I love those cars. They look so nice, and they have the coolest doors. Like instead of like normal like Lamborghini like suicide doors, they like come straight up at like an angle. These like they pop out of the car and they rotate 90 degrees. It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. But and those are mine. I'd also like to throw a Tesla in there because I'm a basic bitch and I love myself some Elon Musk.
Do you want me a Tesla? I was literally while you were talking, I was like, I want a Hellcat. I really want a Hellcat.
Hellcats are nice too. I remember this one time okay. I don't know how long we want to make this episode, but I'm the biggest cocksucker driver ever. If you start to ride my ass, or if I see you like speeding like a dumbass, or like trying to cut people off, or like if you cut off some old lady, I will be the kid to get in front of you and match the speed with the car next to me, and not brake check because I'm not an ass and I don't want to get in an accident. But I will match the speed with this car so this guy does not get around me, and I will make it my entire goal to ruin that guy's day.
He will call me just randomly. He's like, dude, guess which one I pissed off today? I'm like, all right, give me the story.
Yep. But from that story, I remember one time there was this Hellcat being a fucking cocksucker, revved his engine, like squealed his tires on the light turned green for no damn reason. But we were getting on this on-ramp, and he was behind me. and I was going like 15 miles an hour getting on the interstate. This guy was flashing his lights, honking the horn, and everything, and instead of just waiting patiently for the next lane to open up, he gets on the shoulder and fucking puts the biggest black, is it called a skid mark? I think. On the asphalt and fucking speeds past me. I love Hellcats. I didn't have anything against the guy. It was just funny to me. I like annoying people, but
yeah.
Do you have any? How many times have you been pulled over?
How much time we got? I've been pulled over. I really can't. Probably 7 times.
Jesus fuck. All right. Well, I'm at 1. I've
been pulled over a lot. But I've only gotten 1 ticket, and that was my most recent one. And I promise I'm a really good driver now. After
I was
that
there.
Last ticket. Yeah.
That was a hefty ticket too, because we were in a construction zone.
Yeah, that was in your car.
Yep, I will never let him drive my car again.
Yeah, I got a bunch of tickets for like speeding and stuff or just whatever, but like I always got out of them because my uncle and my mom taught me how to do that. So like I learned how to cry on command, which that's dope. I'm not a good person, I promise. I try, but
yeah, we're terrible people.
So yeah, like there was one. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like I was just trying to get to da 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 da, and they're like, well, just watch it. This one time, crazy one.
I remember. I know this story. I know this story. I love this story.
I really should have went to jail. I was flying. I was going like 40 over the speed limit. I was in.
Wasn't it in like a neighborhood too?
No, it wasn't in a neighborhood. I was just.
I remember
like
where you were at,
because I was going. Yeah, I'm not disclosing that.
Yeah.
I was in a smaller town, and I was flying, and I'm on the phone with my mom, and everything always good happens when I'm on the phone with my mom.
Nothing ever happens right when he's on the phone with his mom while driving.
Ever.
He'll get into that in his last ticket.
Yeah, no kidding. But I was on the phone. I was like, Mom, pretty sure I'm getting pulled over. I gotta go. And this cop, he pulled me over, and dude was mad as a hornet. And he was like, do you realize how mad or how fast you were going? Da, da, da. And I looked, and I was like, no idea, officer. How fast was I going? And he was like, I don't remember what he clocked me at. It was like 70 and a 35, or it was something crazy. Yeah. And I was like, I know my laws. That's reckless driving. This is gonna suck. And I'm texting everybody like. At my girlfriend at the time, I was letting her know, like, hey, I think I'm going to jail.
Like, I'm not going to have a license anymore.
You're going to have to drive me to work. Is that cool with you? I was just sitting there freaking out, losing my mind. I'm texting my mom and everything else, telling her, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to jail. I'm letting everyone know what the circumstances are. And the cop he has my license and registration for a minute. He's gone for a long time. And then I lost my shit because he comes running back to my car. I'm having a heart attack because that was when like some crazy stuff was going on in the news and everything. Like that was around the whole George Floyd stuff and all that. And this dude comes running at my car, and I'm like, good, cool, I'm dead.
I'd rather be in jail. Come on.
I was like, please don't
take me. Take me.
Home. Yeah, just lock me up, please. I already put myself in handcuffs. It was the whole thing. But so he comes running up and he's like, it's your lucky day. I got to get out of here right now. He's like, I just got a call I got to get to. Drive safely or da-da-da-da. And I was like, and he throws me my stuff. He didn't even hand it. He just went, poof. And then he runs back to his car and dips. And I sat there just staring at my wheel like.
Yep, I remember he called me right afterwards.
I was like, I'm not going to jail. And like, once I got to where I was going, I told the person and they were like, how did you not go to jail? I was just in a small town and God was looking out for me, but I should have got locked up. It was all bad. It was all bad. The last ticket I got was in Dakota's car. That's the only ticket I've ever got was in Dakota's car, and it was a great time.
Yeah.
Same trip when we were going to California and everything.
We were on our way back in the dog shit state called Wyoming.
If you're watching from Wyoming,
I'm sorry, but move.
We got beef. But yeah, so I was driving his car and I was on the interstate. We were on a long trip back. We were on our way back. It was like a 23-hour drive straight.
Yep.
I think it might even
here, Jesse, you can. Yeah, I was like, here, Jesse, you can drive for the rest, or not the rest, but at least during the daytime.
Just for a while. Yeah. But I was driving, and I was going the interstate speed limit, but then there was a sign, and it was like, "Oh, construction zone. Lower your speed. It's now 45." And
And before that, it was 70. And he was on the phone with his mom.
Before that was 70. Yeah, he could have throw that in there. But yeah, I was on the phone, and like I saw that Dakota let me know. He's like, "Hey, it drops down to 45." I was like, "Yeah."
I was like
that
pointing,
wasn't
like, hey, hey.
We're in the middle of nowhere. I'm just kind of letting the gas just slowly lower down. And it was a speed trap, and I hear.
Yeah, we only got down to like 65 in a 45 in a construction zone.
No, we got down to 69 because I got clocked going 69 in a 45.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I think we were going like 73, but yeah.
Yeah. He was so mad. He was not having it.
Like we just got into the construction zone too.
Just got like it was a speed trap. And he pulled me over. He's Superman. I was like, dude, like I was just slowing down. I wasn't from out of town. And he was like, that doesn't matter. The sign was there. And he takes my license and registration, and he walks back, and me and Dakota are just like, well, this is gonna suck. Sick. And my friend and his girlfriend in the back, they're both homeschooled, so they're losing their minds. They think we're all getting killed.
They've never seen a cop in person. They're fucking screeching.
They're like, is this what happens on TV? But I was like, everybody just calm down, please, relax. And he comes back, and I was like, cool. He just had my license, and I didn't see a piece of paper or anything, so I was like, okay. He hands me my license, then he goes, all right, pulls it out of his pocket and unfolds it, and he's like, you are getting a $350 ticket because you were speeding in a construction zone in a state that's not your own.
Yep.
And I was so happy. Luckily, money was like really good for me, which is why I paid it last month. This happened in the summer.
Yep.
I sat on that ticket for a minute. Yeah,
he did have a
only driving ticket.
He did have a warrant in Wyoming.
Yeah, I did for a little bit. I had a bench warrant in Wyoming because eventually they were like, "Hey, you have to pay this," and I was like, "I guess."
You're like, "Nah, I'll never go to Wyoming again, so fuck it." And then they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna come get your ass."
Yeah, I just thought it was gangster. I was just gonna tell people I have a bench warrant somewhere. I didn't know what that meant. Sounded cool. But yeah, girl, got a warrant.
Yeah, watch out, I'm a bad boy. Don't ask what it's for.
Yeah, then that's really it for tickets. And we're coming up on an hour, so.
Yeah, that was a lot longer than I expected for this episode, but I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was actually a lot of fun to talk about. But
I know there's some stories in there I forgot.
I know. I totally forgot about that part where you were talking about rolling down the hill. That killed me. I totally forgot.
Dude, I forgot about that. That was a traumatizing moment. That was fear.
Never drive again.
Yeah, I'm about to kill my siblings. My mom's gonna beat my.
But I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Be sure to drop a comment, like, subscribe. Also tell us how we did on the last episode. We're really trying hard to push these out for you guys, so let us know what you guys are thinking.
And ask us, what do you want for the next one? What part of our lives do you want to hear about? Do you want us to touch base on more of a topic?
Yeah.
Do you have questions for us? We need to start like a questions thing, like, because we're both like, we've been through a lot, so like
yeah, I'm sure people have questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll introduce some like segments or like little mini games or something to pass the time and have fun with you guys. Yeah. It'll be fun. But we will see you guys next week. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys are still here, then congratulations. Round of applause to you guys. You guys are the true homies. If you guys are still here, should we have them like put something in the comments so we know who the true fans are? Like something special?
Yeah, you can hit the subscribe button and send it to us. Eventually, if there's enough of you, we'll do giveaways and stuff like that.
Ooh, giveaways. That would be fun. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in the behind the scenes, so look out for that stuff. We will see you guys next week though. Peace out.
See y'all later.
Number one. Hey. Oh, number one. Number one. I'll be number one.